Hi guys, how's it going? It's Julian and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna continue with the series related with the IELTS preparation, and in today's lesson we're gonna talk about the about arriving late and managing study time, which belongs to the IELTS speaking, the part 3, which it could be considered like an advanced level into this platform. And as always, I'm gonna put the source, like the link of this website, in the description below. So feel free if you wanna give it a shot. Okay, as I said, arriving late and managing study time. Okay, this topic in Cambridge IELTS 17 test 4. In this post, we discuss about topic arriving late and managing study time with sample answers. As always, uh, this website follows like uh, an structured way to answer these questions, which usually appear into the IELTS exam, particularly for the speaking test. So, as always we're gonna have like a particular series of questions which will guide our answers, and those questions and answers must be present in our speech while we are answering this topic. Okay, arriving late. Do you think it is okay to arrive late when meeting a friend? This is like the sample uh, questions that the interviewer can ask you during the exam. So let's start with it. Do you think it is okay to arrive late when meeting a friend? That reality depends upon what the meeting is, I think, and how late you are. If you're just catching up at coffee or something casual like that, then I think it's fine to be 5 or 10 minutes late, but 20 or 30 minutes late is probably not really acceptable. However, if you are in a situation where you need to be punctual, like going to the cinema or going to a restaurant, then I think you need to try your best to be on time. Okay, this is the second question, so let's go for it. What should happen to people who arrive late for work? Well, that's a tricky question because it depends on the situation. I think it doesn't really matter in many cases if you are a little late for work. The main thing is that you achieve your work outcomes for the day. It's already been proven in some countries that people can achieve more by being at work less. But if you have a job that requires you to be on time, such as being a teacher, then it is not really acceptable to be late. I suppose people in that situation who are late should face some kind of financial punishment, such as a fine or something. This is the third question. Can you suggest how people can make sure they don't arrive late? Again, can you suggest how people can make sure they don't arrive late? I think the best way to be on time is to aim to be 10-15 minutes early. Normally people are 5 or 10 minutes late. So if they aim to be 10-15 minutes early, then they should arrive on time. I think the problem is that people need to change their mindset about being on time. If you need to be somewhere at midday, then don't aim for midday. You need to aim for 11:45 to accommodate any unforeseen to accommodate any unforeseen circumstances that may arise. My friend once told me that if you're not 10 minutes early, then it means you're late. I think that's a good way of looking at it. And now let's pass to the topic related with managing study time, okay? And I really I really find these questions pretty interesting because are that kind of questions in which you don't expect that the interviewer asking you these topics, because it's very random. It's not like the kind of conversation that you have in daily basis, so you must to it's like a good approach, because that I really love this website to practice from time to time. Okay, managing study time. Okay, this is the first question. Is it better to study for long periods or in shorter blocks of time? I think that depends on each individual, really, and their capacity to absorb information. But overall, I'd say that it's better to study in shorter blocks of time. Otherwise, people just lose concentration and get distracted easily, which then becomes counterproductive. I used to cram the day before for my exams at the university, but then on the day of the test, my mind was like a sieve. I couldn't remember anything. Your brain just can't function like that. Some people have a photographic memory, though. They can read an entire book in minutes just by looking at the pages. I wish I had that skill. Yeah, actually, that's something that happened to me a lot. For example, I used to study until until I don't know midnight the day before the exam, and I used to mess up because that like I used to go to the exam without sleeping anything. But I realized that if you're consistent with your studies, maybe study 1 hour per day, and you just have some rest the day before the exam, you're gonna perform better than if you just keep awake to studying the until I don't know 2 a.m. or so on. This is okay. This is the second question. What are the likely effects of students not managing their study time well? Well, I'd say there are several effects, but the main one is that the students simply won't get the best grades that they can. They'll end up having to cram or rush their studies and just hope for the best on the day of the rest. Oh, sorry, and just hope for the best on the day of the test. Not to mention the physical health effects of staying up all night to cram for an exam. Doing that regularly is bound to cause all sorts of health problems. And this is the third question and the last one. How important is it for students to have enough leisure time? I think it is vastly important. Without leisure time, life becomes too dull. Leisure time allows students to relax and let their hair down for a while, you know. Okay, this is a pretty good word. Uh, it's uh, uh how can I say? It's a slang. I mean, let their hair down means like chill out basically. So I'm gonna put that in my flashcards because it's the first time that I read it in context. Playing sports or doing exercise allows them to blow off some steam, which helps to rejuvenate their minds so that when they go back to school, they can focus and concentrate much better. I agree, I agree. Um, okay, let's go ahead. I think the impact of leisure time on students' studies is probably very underrated. I'm sure there have been some studies done on the topic before. Okay, that was the end of the article. We can read another one though. Okay, the next one is about. Let's see. Yeah, this is a short one, so we can do it. Okay, this article belongs to the IELTS speaking part 3 as well. And in this case, it's about computer and technology in the classroom. Okay, the format is the same. Basically, we have, in this case, 3 questions related with computer games, and we have 3 questions related with technology in the classroom. So let's go for it. The first question related with computer games is what kind of computer games do people play in your country? Computer games, all kind of games, I'd say, from online to offline games, first person shooter to strategy games like Age of Empires. I love that one. The video game industry has developed quite a lot in Vietnam, you know, so you can expect that the types of games we play here are quite diverse. Why do people enjoy playing computer games? There are a bunch of reasons for this. In the case of children, I think they just simply find these games more interesting than some sports or outdoor games. They can actually control a character. immerse themselves in the story and decide what's gonna happen at the end of the game. When it comes to adults, some people have been living with video games throughout their childhood, so these games have become a part of their lives. Some other may some others may just want to find a way to escape from their tedious lives, I assume. So, do you think that all computer games should have a minimum age for players? No, it's not really practical. We should only set a minimum age for some games with explicit content like violence or bad language. There are not there are now a lot of games for children, and literally everyone can play those games like Tetris. So, yeah, actually that's another one, but it's okay. So there is no need to restrict players' age in those games. Okay, now let's pass to the topic related with technology in the classroom. Um, in what in what ways can technology in the classroom be helpful? I think technology will be helpful when it serves as a tool to accelerate students' learning. Teachers can make use of technology like PowerPoint, slides, or even VR to visualize abstract information and make it easier for students to absorb knowledge. I agree with that, and even ChatGPT. For example, I have some programming classes at the university, and it feels weird because we cannot use ChatGPT, and it's really helpful, at least to have an idea about what they are requiring from you. But it's good to set your mind and start to think more logical by yourself. And another thing that I found pretty useful is I used to set the speed of the videos uh, uh, two times, twice faster to consume the information a little bit more easier and have a general and to have like a general idea about the topic. So I agree with that. Do you agree that students are often better at using technology than their teachers? It depends. If the teacher isn't adaptive to technology, it can be hard for them to utilize classroom technology. So we can say, in this case, students are better. But if the teachers are proficient at using technological tools, then maybe they're better than the students. Do you believe that computers will ever replace human teachers? This is never gonna be the case. Computers are created and designed by humans to our tools. They have no ability to perceive this world and pass down knowledge to our children. Also, I don't think anyone would ever want their kids to be taught by a machine or a program. I kind of disagree with this one because in the future, for sure, it could be kind of difficult to differentiate a person from an AI or a robot. So it doesn't matter at the end if you besides if the technology change, we must to adapt to that, and there will be appearing more other ways to learn. So you must be open to that. So until now, this article, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Um, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications to realize when I upload a new video, and until the next one.